Understanding what women actually find attractive in men is one of the most valuable insights you can have in modern dating. Attraction isn't just about looks, money, or status, though these things can play a role. It runs much deeper and is largely influenced by psychology, energy, and presence. Women notice patterns, behaviors, and qualities that signal confidence, competence, emotional strength, and authenticity, often on a subconscious level. Many men misinterpret attraction, focusing on superficial strategies while ignoring the core dynamics that truly make them magnetic. The truth is that women are drawn to men who can balance strength and sensitivity, independence and connection, confidence and humility. Your body language, tone, and the way you carry yourself communicate as much as your words, and understanding this female gaze gives you the ability to naturally amplify your appeal. Attraction is also psychological. Women are drawn to energy that signals security, competence, and emotional intelligence, not just external features. This means that even small shifts in behavior, communication, or mindset can dramatically increase how women perceive you. In this video, we'll break down 7 key aspects of what women find attractive, explaining the subtle cues, behaviors, and qualities that trigger interest, desire, and connection. These insights are designed to help men understand the female perspective in a clear, actionable way, giving you the tools to improve your dating success without relying on tricks, manipulation, or guesswork. By mastering these principles, you can approach women confidently, communicate effectively, and create genuine attraction that lasts. 1. Confidence. Confidence is the single most powerful quality women notice and respond to in men. It goes beyond arrogance or bravado and is rooted in a sense of self-assuredness that comes from knowing who you are, what you want, and how to handle life's challenges. Women are subconsciously drawn to men who demonstrate stability in thought, action, and emotion because confidence signals competence, reliability, and leadership potential, all of which are attractive on a deep psychological level. Confidence manifests in many ways. The way you walk into a room, how you maintain eye contact, the tone of your voice, and even the way you handle conversation and social interaction. Women notice when a man is secure in himself because it creates a sense of safety and excitement simultaneously, signaling that he is someone capable of navigating challenges while also being engaging and present. A confident man doesn't need constant validation or approval, which paradoxically makes him more desirable, because women instinctively respond to energy that is independent yet emotionally available. This doesn't mean being emotionally closed off. Rather, it means projecting strength without needing to control others' perceptions or reactions. Confidence also affects behavior in subtle ways. A man who speaks clearly, takes decisive action, and maintains composure under stress communicates stability and confidence, which triggers attraction on multiple levels. Women also notice how confident men handle setbacks or social dynamics. A man who can laugh at himself, navigate awkwardness gracefully, or assert boundaries respectfully demonstrates emotional maturity, another facet of confidence that women find magnetic. Confidence interacts with body language in critical ways. Open posture, steady gestures, and relaxed movement communicate self-assurance, while fidgeting, hesitation, or defensive postures signal doubt or insecurity. Tone of voice is equally important. Calm, measured speech reflects confidence, while rushing or mumbling can indicate nervousness, even if the words themselves are intelligent or witty. Another key element is presence. Confident men are fully engaged in the moment rather than preoccupied with judgment, overthinking, or future outcomes. Presence amplifies the perception of confidence because it signals that a man is comfortable with himself and with social interaction. Over time, consistent confidence creates a psychological pull, making women naturally gravitate toward men who can balance strength with approachability, independence with social warmth. It's important to note that confidence is not about perfection. It's about being comfortable with who you are, embracing your strengths and weaknesses, and taking action without fear of failure or rejection. Women respond to the energy behind these behaviors because it communicates reliability, charisma, and capability, all qualities that are deeply attractive. Developing confidence requires practice, self-awareness, and a willingness to step into situations that push comfort zones. The more a man cultivates genuine confidence, the more effortless attraction becomes because it signals that he is capable, grounded, and interesting. Confidence isn't a tactic or a performance. It's an internal state that radiates outward and is immediately perceptible to women. When mastered, confidence amplifies all other attractive qualities, creating a magnetic presence that draws women naturally and consistently. 2. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is one of the most underestimated qualities that women find attractive in men, yet it plays a central role in long-term connection and desire. Emotional intelligence isn't about being overly sensitive or sentimental. It's about understanding your own emotions, recognizing and responding to the emotions of others, and navigating social interactions with awareness and empathy. Women instinctively pick up on how a man manages his feelings, how he reacts under stress, and how he engages in conversation, and these subtle cues heavily influence attraction. Men with high emotional intelligence can balance strength and empathy, confidence and attentiveness, creating a sense of security and emotional resonance that draws women in. Emotional intelligence also allows a man to respond to signals without overreacting, interpret nuanced behaviors accurately, and communicate effectively. For example, noticing when a woman is slightly withdrawn or stressed and responding in a calm, understanding, and supportive way demonstrates depth, maturity, and care. Women sense this competence unconsciously, and it increases their attraction because it signals that the man is capable not just intellectually but relationally. Another key aspect is the ability to manage emotional states, including your own impulses and reactions. Men who can remain composed, grounded, and present in various social situations radiate stability and reliability, two traits that are profoundly attractive. Emotional intelligence also enhances flirtation and playfulness because it allows a man to read cues, adjust energy, and engage in ways that feel natural and enjoyable rather than awkward or forced. It reduces miscommunication, misunderstandings, and tension, creating smoother interactions that feel effortless and magnetic. Additionally, emotionally intelligent men can express vulnerability without losing authority or perceived strength. Sharing feelings appropriately, acknowledging mistakes, or demonstrating empathy conveys authenticity and builds trust, which women find highly attractive. Emotional intelligence also allows men to balance listening with leading, attentiveness with independence, creating dynamics that feel stimulating and safe simultaneously. It's important to understand that emotional intelligence is not innate. It can be cultivated through self-reflection, observation, and practice in real-life interactions. The more a man develops awareness of his internal states and the emotional currents of those around him, the more naturally he can respond in ways that build attraction and connection. Women are drawn to men who can navigate both humor and seriousness, playfulness and depth, intensity and calmness, all of which are facets of emotional intelligence in action. Men who ignore emotional awareness often rely solely on intellect, humor, or status to attract women, which can fall flat because it misses the deeper relational cues that influence desire. Emotional intelligence bridges that gap by aligning mental acuity with relational sensitivity, creating a presence that is compelling, engaging, and emotionally resonant. Cultivating this quality enhances chemistry, intimacy, and overall attractiveness, making interactions smoother, more enjoyable, and far more effective. In essence, emotional intelligence transforms a man from simply competent or impressive to magnetic, relatable, and deeply desirable in the eyes of women, amplifying all other attractive traits and ensuring connections are meaningful and lasting. 3. Purpose. Women are deeply attracted to men who have purpose in life because it signals direction, ambition, and the ability to create stability and meaning. Purpose isn't just about career success or wealth. It's about having goals, passions, and a sense of mission that drives your actions and shapes your character. A man who knows what he wants and actively works toward it communicates confidence, resilience, and self-sufficiency, qualities that women find magnetic. Purpose also demonstrates emotional maturity because it shows that a man is willing to commit, invest effort, and take responsibility for his life, which signals that he can handle challenges in relationships as well. Women notice the energy that comes from purpose. There's a difference between a man who drifts through life reacting to circumstances and one who moves intentionally, focused on creating the life he wants. The latter carries a natural presence and aura that attracts attention effortlessly, often without the man needing to try. Purpose also creates intrigue. When a man has goals and a vision, he becomes interesting and multidimensional, giving women more reasons to engage and connect. It's not about bragging or showing off. It's about the subtle confidence and clarity that comes from living intentionally. This sense of direction often intersects with discipline and self-control. Women are drawn to men who can prioritize long-term gains, maintain focus under pressure, and resist impulsivity because it signals reliability and strength of character. Purpose also enhances attraction through storytelling and communication. Men who can articulate their vision, challenges, and achievements naturally inspire curiosity, admiration, and desire. When shared appropriately, this reveals competence, ambition, and passion without arrogance. Another important aspect is emotional consistency. A man with purpose is less reactive to trivial social dynamics because his focus is anchored in something larger than immediate validation. This steadiness signals stability and reduces uncertainty, which women subconsciously associate with safety and attractiveness. Purpose also allows a man to create boundaries naturally. When he knows his values and goals, he can prioritize them, say no to distractions, and maintain alignment with what matters most, which communicates integrity and self-respect. Women are drawn to this balance of drive and authenticity because it signals that he is capable of building a life that is both independent and relationally fulfilling. Purpose isn't static. It evolves with experience, learning, and growth. A man who continuously refines his goals, challenges himself, and pursues meaningful projects communicates vitality, resilience, and charisma. Conversely, lack of purpose often creates a subtle energy of indecision or aimlessness, which diminishes attraction. Women instinctively notice when a man's energy is directed versus scattered, and this affects how compelling he feels. By cultivating and communicating purpose through action, energy, and engagement, men increase their attractiveness significantly because they demonstrate competence, vision, and presence, qualities that women find irresistible. Purpose aligns with other attractive traits like confidence, emotional intelligence, and authenticity, creating a magnetic combination that draws women naturally while signaling stability, drive, and relational potential. When mastered, purpose transforms a man from interesting to compelling, making him someone women notice, desire, and want to invest in emotionally. 4. Humor is one of the most powerful qualities women find attractive because it demonstrates intelligence, social awareness, and confidence while creating joy and emotional connection. A man who can make a woman laugh effortlessly signals that he is comfortable in his own skin, capable of navigating social dynamics, and able to handle life's challenges without taking himself too seriously. Humor releases tension, builds rapport, and creates positive emotional associations, all of which are key ingredients for attraction. Women are drawn to men who can balance wit, timing, and playfulness because it communicates both intelligence and approachability. Humor also demonstrates confidence because it requires a man to take small social risks, experiment with timing, and express himself authentically without fear of judgment or rejection. The ability to laugh at oneself is equally important. Self-deprecating humor done correctly shows humility and emotional maturity, while also signaling security in one's identity. Conversely, humor that is forced, mean-spirited, or overcalculated can feel inauthentic and reduce attraction because women subconsciously pick up on energy that lacks natural flow or emotional resonance. Humor also strengthens connection by creating shared experiences that are enjoyable and memorable. Women are more likely to feel comfortable, open, and engaged when laughter is present, and positive shared emotions build subconscious bonds that increase desire. Timing and subtlety are key. Intelligent humor, playful teasing, and light sarcasm can all heighten attraction when delivered appropriately and with awareness of context and her reactions. Humor also interacts with other attractive traits. For example, confidence amplifies the impact of humor because a man who is self-assured can deliver jokes with ease, while emotional intelligence ensures that humor is sensitive, appropriate, and responsive to social cues. Purpose and humor together create intrigue. A man who is driven yet able to lighten the moment signals balance, emotional health, and social competence. Physicality can complement humor as well. Playful gestures, facial expressions, and timing enhance delivery and make interactions more engaging. Another important aspect is consistency. A man who demonstrates humor naturally and fluidly across multiple interactions communicates reliability and charisma, which reinforces attraction. Humor also helps navigate potential awkwardness in dating, allowing men to recover from mistakes, reduce tension, and maintain presence. Women are particularly sensitive to energy, and humor creates a dynamic and stimulating environment where chemistry can flourish. Developing humor requires awareness, practice, and willingness to experiment with timing, delivery, and style while observing her reactions and adjusting accordingly. The ability to make a woman laugh is not about performing or trying too hard. It's about expressing genuine personality, confidence, and emotional engagement in a way that feels effortless and enjoyable. Mastering humor elevates a man's presence, enhances connection, and increases attraction naturally because it combines intelligence, charm, and emotional resonance in a way that women respond to instinctively. Humor, when paired with confidence, purpose, and emotional intelligence, becomes a magnet that draws women toward a man while creating enjoyable, memorable, and emotionally charged interactions that deepen connection and desire. 5. Physical presence. Physical presence is a key factor in what women find attractive, and it extends far beyond traditional notions of body shape or strength. It's about posture, energy, movement, and the way a man carries himself in space. Women notice subtle cues like the way a man walks into a room, how he holds his body, and the energy he projects, all of which communicate confidence, dominance, and self-assurance. A man with strong physical presence radiates stability and capability, signaling that he can handle challenges, protect what matters, and take action when needed. This does not mean intimidation or aggression. It's the calm, grounded energy of a man who is comfortable in his own skin. Physical presence also includes grooming, style, and attention to detail, which reflect self-respect and the ability to care for oneself. Women subconsciously read these signals as indicators of competence and long-term reliability, which increases attraction. Body language is a critical component. Open, relaxed posture communicates confidence, while defensive or closed gestures signal insecurity or hesitancy. Eye contact is equally important because it conveys presence, attentiveness, and social dominance in a subtle yet powerful way. Physical presence also interacts with energy and movement. Men who move with intention, pace themselves naturally, and occupy space without overcompensation demonstrate authority and charisma, while those who fidget, slump, or shrink into themselves may unconsciously communicate low status or low confidence. Gestures and micro-expressions also contribute. A smile, nod, or subtle hand movement paired with steady posture creates approachability and engagement, enhancing emotional and sexual chemistry. Strength, fitness, and body language amplify presence, but women are less focused on perfection than the energy these traits communicate. The feeling of security, vitality, and capability is far more attractive than specific measurements or aesthetics. Physical presence also affects vocal tone. Men who speak with clarity, volume, and measured cadence convey authority and confidence, while rushed or hesitant speech undermines perception. Another aspect is spatial awareness. Knowing how to engage without crowding, respecting personal boundaries, and using proximity strategically increases comfort and attraction. Even subtle shifts like leaning in at the right moment, mirroring movements, or moving with relaxed control communicate alignment and confidence. Physical presence reinforces other traits like confidence, emotional intelligence, and humor, creating a holistic energy that women respond to instinctively. Cultivating presence requires self-awareness, practice, and attention to posture, movement, and energy projection. Simple habits like standing tall, moving deliberately, maintaining eye contact, and speaking with clarity can dramatically enhance attraction. Physical presence is ultimately about conveying competence, confidence, and vitality in ways that are visible, felt, and sensed by women, creating a magnetic energy that draws attention and fosters connection. When combined with purpose, humor, and emotional intelligence, physical presence amplifies desirability, creating interactions that are dynamic, memorable, and deeply attractive. 6. Authenticity. Authenticity is one of the most magnetic qualities a man can display because women instinctively respond to energy that feels real, unguarded, and consistent. Authenticity isn't about performing or trying to impress. It's about being comfortable with who you are, embracing your strengths and flaws, and communicating genuinely without masking your true personality. Women can sense when a man is pretending, overcompensating, or prioritizing image over substance, and this creates subtle distrust or disinterest even if the man is confident, accomplished, or attractive in other ways. Authenticity signals security and self-respect because it demonstrates that a man doesn't rely on external validation to define his worth. It also communicates emotional maturity, which is highly appealing because women value men who can manage their emotions, take responsibility for actions, and interact in ways that are stable and predictable. Authenticity enhances attraction by creating alignment between words, energy, and behavior. When a man's actions match his intentions and his communication is consistent with his true self, women feel a natural sense of trust, comfort, and intrigue. Conversely, inauthenticity, such as exaggerating stories, using manipulative tactics, or pretending to be someone he's not, undermines connection and makes women feel uncertain or skeptical. Another important aspect is vulnerability. Authentic men are willing to share feelings, admit mistakes, and show imperfections appropriately. This doesn't mean oversharing or weakness. It means creating space for honest interaction, which signals strength and reliability. Authenticity also strengthens social presence because a man who is comfortable being himself doesn't overanalyze every reaction, worry about judgment, or attempt to control outcomes. This relaxed energy makes interactions smoother, more enjoyable, and emotionally engaging. Women are drawn to men who act naturally in a variety of settings, from casual conversations to more intimate or high-stakes environments, because it demonstrates stability and confidence. Authenticity interacts with other attractive traits like humor, confidence, purpose, and emotional intelligence. When a man is authentic, his humor feels effortless, his confidence feels grounded, his purpose feels genuine, and his emotional awareness feels credible. This synergy amplifies overall attraction and creates a holistic sense of presence that is magnetic. Developing authenticity requires self-awareness, reflection, and the courage to act in alignment with values and true personality, even when it may feel risky socially. It involves noticing when behavior is performative, identifying motivations behind actions, and consciously choosing to express oneself honestly while maintaining respect for others. Authenticity also means setting boundaries naturally. A man who is genuine doesn't compromise himself to please others or gain approval, which communicates self-respect and reinforces attraction. Women are drawn to authenticity because it signals reliability, emotional depth, and alignment with reality, creating a safe and stimulating space for connection. When authenticity is combined with confidence, emotional intelligence, humor, purpose, and physical presence, a man becomes fully magnetic, capable of drawing women naturally while forming meaningful, lasting connections. Mastering authenticity transforms dating from superficial interaction into genuine engagement, where attraction is rooted in truth, energy, and presence, making a man compelling on multiple levels. 7. Ambition. Ambition is a deeply attractive quality because it signals drive, determination, and the ability to create results in life. Women are drawn to men who have goals and actively pursue them because ambition communicates competence, focus, and the promise of security and growth. Ambition is not just about career success or financial achievement. It includes personal development, mastery of skills, creative endeavors, and the pursuit of meaningful experiences. A man with ambition demonstrates energy and forward momentum, which naturally conveys confidence and presence. This energy is magnetic because it suggests that he can handle challenges, take initiative, and maintain independence while building a life that is interesting, dynamic, and fulfilling. Ambitious men also communicate leadership and responsibility, traits that women find subconsciously appealing because they signal the capacity to provide stability, direction, and long-term partnership potential. Ambition enhances other attractive qualities as well. For example, it reinforces confidence because a man who is focused on meaningful goals demonstrates self-assuredness and decisiveness. It supports emotional intelligence because ambition requires awareness of one's limitations, ability to adapt, and resilience in the face of obstacles. It complements purpose because pursuing meaningful goals shows clarity and direction in life. Ambition also creates intrigue and excitement. Women are drawn to men whose lives are interesting and dynamic, and the pursuit of goals naturally generates stories, experiences, and perspectives that make interactions stimulating and memorable. Importantly, ambition must be balanced with authenticity and emotional presence. A man who is solely focused on achievement without connection or awareness of others can appear cold, self-absorbed, or unapproachable. Women are attracted to ambition when it is paired with the ability to engage emotionally, communicate effectively, and create shared experiences. Ambition also demonstrates resilience and problem-solving skills, which signal that a man can navigate setbacks and handle the uncertainties of life. This quality instills confidence in women because it shows that the man is capable of growth, adaptation, and long-term stability. Physical presence, confidence, humor, emotional intelligence, and authenticity are all amplified by ambition because it creates a sense of forward movement, vitality, and energy. Women instinctively notice the difference between men who are passive or aimless and those who are motivated and engaged in life, and this affects both initial attraction and long-term desirability. Ambition also affects social dynamics by creating magnetic energy. A man who is consistently pursuing goals exudes purpose and determination, which draws attention, respect, and interest. Cultivating ambition requires clarity about personal goals, disciplined effort, and willingness to challenge comfort zones while maintaining balance in social and emotional domains. When ambition is expressed alongside presence, emotional intelligence, humor, confidence, and authenticity, it creates a holistic package that women find irresistible. Ambition signals that a man is alive, engaged, and capable of creating a life of value and meaning, making him both compelling and attractive in ways that go beyond superficial traits. When mastered, ambition transforms dating interactions by combining energy, focus, and drive with emotional resonance and connection, creating a magnetic presence that women are naturally drawn to and desire to engage with consistently. Attraction is about much more than looks, money, or superficial charm. It is rooted in energy, presence, and qualities that women instinctively notice and respond to. The female gaze is attuned to confidence, emotional intelligence, purpose, humor, physical presence, authenticity, and ambition because these traits signal competence, stability, and the ability to create connection and fulfillment. Women are drawn to men who balance strength with sensitivity, independence with approachability, and intelligence with playfulness because this combination communicates security, engagement, and desirability. Understanding these dynamics allows men to approach dating with clarity, focus, and intentionality, creating natural attraction without relying on gimmicks, manipulation, or overcomplicated strategies. Developing these traits requires practice, self-awareness, and a willingness to step into situations that challenge comfort zones, but the payoff is magnetic presence and meaningful connection. Confidence and physical presence project stability and capability. Emotional intelligence and authenticity create trust and emotional resonance. Humor fosters joy and playfulness. Purpose provides direction and intrigue. And ambition signals drive and long-term potential. When these qualities are integrated naturally, they amplify each other, creating interactions that feel effortless, compelling, and memorable. Women respond to men who are present, grounded, and authentic, and cultivating these traits transforms dating from a series of transactional interactions into experiences of genuine engagement and attraction. By embracing these principles, men can become more magnetic, increase their social and romantic success, and form deeper, more satisfying connections with women who recognize and appreciate their value. Mastering the female gaze is not about changing who you are. It's about enhancing your natural qualities, expressing them consistently, and understanding how energy, behavior, and presence influence attraction in subtle but powerful ways. The result is a man who is not only noticed, but desired, someone who draws women naturally, builds chemistry effortlessly, and creates connections that are meaningful, exciting, and enduring.